Hello, friends. I'm Sarah from Dandelion Seeds Positive Parenting, and earlier today I shared a post about how we can encourage our kids to communicate even if they are not communicating verbally. Now, I got a really good question from my good friend Vivek Patel from Meaningful Ideas. Give him a follow too, by the way. He's a really good guy and really rock solid in the parenting world. When should we speak for our children? Let me answer with my opinion on this topic. My opinion is whenever they want us to. If our kid is not comfortable speaking up for themselves and they ask us, hey, mama, daddy, whoever, can you answer for me? It is supportive and helpful if we say yes. The more we can model for them how to handle social situations, the more they will be able to internalize it on their own. I do not believe in pressuring a child to answer a question. I do not believe in worrying about whether the child is being polite enough by talking to somebody when they don't feel comfortable. That models inauthenticity. That models caving under the pressure because somebody wants us to do something, and that is not within the scope of conscious positive parenting. But there is a trap, and this is what I was referring to earlier today in my post about when we shouldn't speak for our kids. You know how sometimes we have seen, or perhaps we have been the parent who somebody comes up to our child and says, hi, what's your name? Or how are you? Or how old are you? And the parent or the adult doesn't even give the child a chance to answer. That child, if that happens to them repeatedly, will internalize the message, I shouldn't speak for myself because this big person's just going to do it on my behalf whether I want to or not. So that was what I was alluding to when I said we shouldn't speak for our children. But if they want us to, by all means, it can really help them build confidence. It can help nurture the bond that we have with them. What I do recommend, though, of course, you know your child best, is pause for a minute and check in with your child. If somebody asks a question of your child and they don't immediately respond, you can do some of the things that I mentioned in my post earlier. For example, you can give the child an option. You can say, would you like to wave or say hi? Give your child the option. You can default to whatever your child is most comfortable with. Likewise, you can ask your child specifically, do you want to answer or do you want me to answer for you? And your child, presuming they are old enough to speak for themselves, can tell you, hey, I've got this one. Perhaps they just need a minute to get there themselves. Or maybe they're really not comfortable and they are relying on you to be their voice because that is their safe place. You are their safe place. So trust the child. It's always going to come down to that. Do I believe you're teaching your child a bad habit if you respond on their behalf? No, not unless, like I said, you do it every single time and don't give them the opportunity to talk for themselves. But the more you model it, the more you offer them options, the more you can show them that they have all sorts of ways to communicate, the more you give them the opportunity to practice, the more comfortable they'll be. And particularly for those of us who have not been out and about for a long time, it's going to take some practice for our kids all over again. And you can do things like, once you are out in the wild again, you can give them proactive ways to communicate non-verbally with others if it's out of their comfort zone. For example, in the grocery store aisle, you might give your child the money to pay the cashier. That's something where they can still have an interaction with a stranger, but it's very low pressure and it doesn't usually involve a big conversation or something that would make them uncomfortable. So hope this clarifies what I was trying to get at earlier today. If you have questions or concerns, let me know, and I will see you again soon. Have a good day.